I'm back. Welcome back to my channel, guys. My name is Amit, and today I'm going to be talking to you about my second month update of the hair transplant that I got in Turkey. First and foremost, apologies, I didn't get a chance to upload anything last week. I was feeling a little under the weather. My voice might be a little off today as well, but it is not the disease that's been going around, but I am getting better, and that's why now I can finally upload my videos. Now, if you're new to the channel and you're wondering what the hell I'm talking about, I basically got a hair transplant in Turkey a couple months ago, and I've been documenting every step of the way of what happened after the transplant and how to take care of your hair and head after a hair transplant that you've gone through in Turkey. So if this has any value to you, or you can relate in any way, or if you're planning to get a hair transplant in the future, do consider liking and subscribing to follow on all my other videos that I'm going to be documenting throughout this entire journey. Also, I do have a video based off of how my entire journey was. You can find that link in the description below. Be sure to check it out. I had a lot to say about the clinic that I went to, some good and some bad. So if you're wondering about an honest review, an honest opinion of it, definitely check it out. All right, let's just jump right into the updates. As you can see, I'm still wearing my hat, but now the reveal comes. Ta-da! Yeah, so as you can see, like, my hair is still kind of growing out. Not too much has changed from the first month, but in my own opinion, I think that it's actually growing out as it should be at its correct pace. As you can see, my hair loss was quite extensive compared to how other people, I guess, are that I've seen online, but my hair was pretty much gone for the top half of it. The clinic that I went to was Vera Clinic, and they basically did a full restoration of my hairline up to the mid scalp. Now, I did have an issue when I went there. I did initially want to get the whole entire thing done because the area of my crown is not complete. They did recommend me coming back for a second session, which, you know, ideally I didn't really want to do, but I guess I kind of have to at this point. And you know, it is tough to kind of think about doing a second hair transplant, but honestly at this point I'm pretty happy that I've actually done one, and I'll get some bits of my hair back, and I'm pretty happy with right now what the situation is. Now, I'm sure you can kind of see that I'm kind of growing out my hair as much as I can. This is basically because I was told that if I do get a second hair transplant, I need to see how well my donor area really is. Based off of the clinic's review of my hair, they said that my donor area was pretty good.
Wow.
Now, I obviously don't understand what that means, whether it means it's good enough for a second hair transplant or it means it's good enough to give the top of my head more density. But after speaking to the consultant, they did mention that I need to take care of the donor area for the next 6 months if I am to come back. So that's kind of why I'm leaving my hair out now, to just let it grow out and kind of see how well it grows back and see how much coverage I actually have. I'm also basically taking care of my donor area based off of what the clinic has recommended. Like, they did say I need to apply Minoxodil on that area to kind of help regrowth. Again, I'm not too certain how much that will help. Based off of other videos I've seen and other articles I've read online, Minoxidil doesn't really help too much on your donor area, but you know, to me it's worth a try at this point. I have nothing to lose, so why not? But yeah, so I'm just kind of seeing how it goes. Hopefully by the third month I will decide to get a haircut to maybe even it out a little bit, because right now I'm still looking like a little Danny DeVito here, you know? What to do. But it's all good. I'm pretty okay with this. I'm rocking a hat in the meantime, and it's totally fine. One thing I will say is that I've noticed that I have significantly less shedding as compared to the first month, or the first 3 weeks at least. Like, those first weeks were pretty intense, the amount of hair that was falling out of my head, and I was pretty worried for the second. But as time went by, I realized I haven't really experienced that much shedding up to the second month. I guess that's great now, because now when I brush my hands through my head, I don't see any hairs falling out, which is great. This also could be the fact that I decided to start taking Finasteride. Now, if you saw in one of my older videos, I might have said that I wasn't ready to take that stuff. I'm at that stage in my life where I'm not really keen on taking Finasteride because I know what the side effects are, and it's just not up my alley. Yeah, I lied. I decided to start taking it. I did enough research on my own. I spoke to a couple of doctors here, and I basically got convinced that Finasteride was the right thing to take at this point in time in my life, and I've decided to go ahead and take it. I have a lot of people asking me, do you feel side effects? And honestly, I've been on it for about 3 weeks now. I've been taking 1 pill a day, 1 milligram a day, and I have not experienced any of the side effects. I feel absolutely normal. In fact, I wish I knew about Finasteride when I was much younger, when I had more hair, because maybe I would have kept more of it back then. But you know, whatever the circumstances, now I'm kind of dealing with it, and Finasteride so far has not been an issue for me, so I'm still gonna happily keep taking it. So a lot's been going on these last 2 months, but one thing that I made sure I kept intact was a routine for my hair loss. I try to make sure that I'm trying to maintain the native hair that's actually growing on my head right now, as well as not trying to damage any of the grafts that have been implanted on my head. So basically, I kind of just start out every morning as soon as I wake up. After I brush my teeth and get ready for work, I use this hair spray. And as you can see from this video, I attempted to do a little fancy trick, which clearly did not pan out for me. But eventually I kind of got it to work again and tried it again. Take 2, success. So basically now I'm just spraying a couple of sprays on my head, rubbing it all onto my scalp to really get right into the gist of it. That's pretty much it. Afterwards, I wash my hands and get ready to put on the next part, which is the Minoxodil. I then apply some of the Minoxodil to my hand. Then I start rubbing it on my fingers, as you can see here, and then we'll just really get into the nitty-gritty of the hair. Now, I'm only applying the Minoxodil onto my donor area as instructed by my clinic. They basically said, I just want to try to maintain the regrowth of my donor area to see how well it will grow back out. So I'm really just focusing on those areas. And we finish off with a little smile at the end. Right after I finish up my Minoxidil in the morning, I go and take a bunch of my vitamins. First thing I take is the Finasteride, followed by vitamin Bs, B complex, vitamin D, fish oil, collagen, and multivitamins. I know it might sound a bit overdosed, but I've always been taking this even before I got a hair transplant. So I'm just sticking to what I do and keeps my immune system up. Then midday, when I'm about to go for my shower, I use the GF shampoo that the clinic has also recommended. This is also apparently good with a lot of vitamins to help with the hair on your head, and that's been going great for me as well. I usually use this shampoo every other day. I don't use it every single day, only because I don't want to overdo it on my head, so I kind of just spread it out a little bit. And lastly, at night, I use the GF hair serum. I made a video on how I actually use this every day, every night before I sleep actually, and it's been pretty useful. Like, they provided 4 bottles for me to use, and I'm just about to finish my first one. So, you know, it's been going at a good pace, and I feel like that really helps to help heal both your donor area and the area that's been transplanted on your head. Now for the GF serum, I decided against doing a trick with the bottle this time around. So instead I just dabbed it onto my fingers, rubbed it, as you can see here, and placed it right onto my scalp. Now, same exact thing, just rubbed it all around, really get into the roots of your hair and scalp, and once you're done with that, end off with another smile. And of course, I also do one more round of Minoxidil at night, so both morning and night. I'm going to be showing you all angles of my hair after the hair transplant after 2 months. So currently I'm just letting it all grow out. As you can see, the sides of my donor area are kind of growing out very nicely. I do think that it is getting thicker and thicker day by day. It is still only the 2nd month, so I'm still gonna let this grow out for another month to kind of just see how thick it can get. This will ultimately just make me decide whether I want to do a 2nd transplant in the end, because ultimately I did get 6,000 grafts extracted from my donor area, which is, in my opinion, a lot. Now, I know that it's a risk of over harvesting, but based off of what the clinic was suggesting, that if I have a good growth system back on my donor area after 6 months, I can be eligible to get a 2nd transplant. And of course, as you can see from the video, my crown is still empty, and it definitely needs to probably have a 2nd transplant done. You can finally see the top of my head here. Again, you can see most of the grafts kind of slowly coming out, slowly but surely. These things take time, so I'm excited to wait and see how it goes. All right, well, I think that kind of wraps up my 2nd month overview of how I'm looking and how my progress has been. Of course, if you guys have any more questions or concerns about anything about a hair transplant, I am still here. I'm still responding to like most of the questions and comments that you guys leave. It's really encouraging to see you guys communicate with me, and gives me an opportunity to you know, reach out and say hi and hello, and help out as much as I can. Of course, if any of these videos bring you value, please do consider liking and subscribing. It would mean a great deal to me. If you want to follow me and hopefully see me with a full head of hair. Hopefully. Alright, I think that is all for this month's update. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.